Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm bright as hell in this damn vest, and it's supposed to college football guy here with the 1K video special. Thank you to everyone who has been along with me on this journey, and now we are here at 1,000 subscribers. Goal achieved. Road to 2K begins, but I've had people ask me who saw the video I did about my Someday I Hate Trucking, really bad video, and I did excerpts of the way. What was the whole thing? What's happened since then? Can you do it? Could you do it? And I had it, and I've been people messaging me about it and talking to me about it, and I end up shout out to Steve and JY from the Big Mom Podcast. I just went into their video, their live feed, just to listen and chat a little bit, and people were asking in the feed, why don't you put out a video about what happened, all of it? I'm like, damn, I didn't realize that y'all were that penitent to it. So we're doing it here. Mind the yellow bright vest. All right, so we're going back to last Friday. Okay, I was sleeping in my truck, not this one, and it's about 3:30, 4 in the morning. My alarm was set for 4:30. And before it, and never heard that alarm before, so it woke me up. I'm like, what the hell is this? And critical oil level alert, shut down engine immediately. What the hell? So I turned the engine off and popped the hood, and I said, what's that? And walk out, and I'm in a parking lot, and the oil slick goes in a rest area, and 1, 2, 3 spaces over, all the way to the curb. It's about 50 feet away. There's this one mixture of water, which is from the air conditioner running all night because it was hot, and oil, all the way to the sidewalk, pooling up in a pool right next to it. So I went and so it's a lot of oil. They're like, you shouldn't have anything left in the engine, but I checked the dipstick, and dipstick says it was still full. And I tell you, it can't be right. So I literally had to get my phone out and record a video. I mean, doing the dipstick, and in front of the phone, it was bone dry. There's no oil, right? Nothing. Putting it back in, pulling back out, and there's oil in the damn dipstick, all the way up to the fill line, which makes no sense with that much oil in the damn ground. So, well, we got a guy. I was just out of towing range. Now here, this is what I got told. I was told I was out of towing range. I spent the night in Corinth, Mississippi. So I started heading east on, it was US 22 or 52. I don't remember what it was. I forgot. But I'm heading east. I got maybe an hour, 30 miles down the road, and it hadn't gone off yet because I turned the engine off, turned it back on. I was back up to like 27, 30. And it spiked up to 40. I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? Is there more water leaked out than oil, maybe? Okay. So I drove, and then half an hour later, it just dropped like a stone in critical error. Shut down now, shut down now, shut down now. And I'm in 2-lane highway, and there's a shoulder, and there's an on-ramp coming, and I'm like, okay, I can pull up there. I, in the process of slowing down, turn on the flashers, ready to pull over, and I got called by the office. 3 different people from the office telling me pull over. The computer's going crazy, flapping us warnings. You have to pull over. Like, I already know. I'm already pulled over. Okay, fine. I called. Another person calls. You need to pull over. I've already pulled over. And, as soon as the alarm went off, I immediately found a space. I get that park ready to go outside. Another phone call. You need to pull over. Like, I'm already pulled over. No, just damn. You don't talk to each other. I think it's been like 10 seconds in between calls. I go out and look. Dipstick still says there's oil. No oil on the ground. Now I had put a couple quarts in. So that's what I had left. Just top off the oil. And that's, I think, given the pressure, I think it just kept leaking and eventually went back down to 0 again. So this is like, as I sat in Corinth at the rest area till 7:30 in the morning. My appointment for delivery was at 7, so you have to reschedule this somewhere other time. And I'm driving down the road, and it happens, and I have to wait on a tow truck. keep going east, because there's no tow trucks available in your area, but we can get you this one spot, this one shop that can take a look at you right there. It's like, okay, if I just make your way there, and if not, you'll get in their range where they can come pick you up. All right. So I ended up in just past the off-ramp for Iyuk, I-Y-U-K, Mississippi. Outside the Jacks that was there. As I could see it from the overpass. I passed the overpass when I pulled over. So I pulled over and shut her down and waited. Tow truck showed up at 10:30, almost 11. Driver comes up. It's Kim. Shout out to Kim. Great guy. Love him to death. And Kim's towing in Corinth, Mississippi, where I was at. No tow truck available in the town. We had a tow truck from the town I was just at as the one that picks me up, and agreed to tow me all the way back to my home terminal. Okay. So we sat and got in there, and he hooked up the truck, started talking. Like I said, the name's Kim. Okay, fine. Says, yeah, it's my tow truck company. I own 15 trucks. You got the owner taking care of you today. Trust me, you're going to make it there. Not one of my employees. I'm taking you there. None of my guys wanted to do it. I'm doing it. So the owner of the tow truck company is the one who's towing me. So we get about... Tow finally starts like noon. 11 o'clock, 11:30. I don't know, 11:30 I think probably. It's time, pull over, check everything out, do this, get the tow truck backed up, get things propped up, everything else. Shipped it up for the weight. I'm carrying 37,000 pounds, so it's heavy. It's a lot of weight for a tow truck to haul. So he's hauling me, and we're going, and I think I was heavier than what his truck was rated for. We got okay, from where I was to the yard, 5 hours. That's I'm using Google Maps time. 5 hours. It's about 240 miles. But you got to go through a lot of 35. You're doing city streets and up to get to the interstate and then finally make the move. So we got a couple hours down the road, and all of a sudden, he gets the alert on his dashboard, and you just see steam everywhere. Pulls over and look, what the hell? Pop the hood, and there's his radiator. And I'm doing this reverse, since it's on your side. You're facing me. His radiator. There's the radiator here. The reservoir is up here. There's a hose off the reservoir end, and then there's the main one that goes into the pipe. Well, that main huge hose busted right on the top. Seam about that long. Right across the top, just burst open. Coolant everywhere. So we have to wait. Sat there for 2 hours waiting on a truck. I'm trying to call people. He's trying to call people. He finally get a hold of the Loves in the area to come pick it out. They sent out a young kid out there to do it. There's no one they had. Bring the hoses. It's this hose. I said, tell them it's this hose. Da-da-da-da. They got the hose down there, except they didn't have the hose. The guy had to cut one to fit, because they had one the same width, but it was too long, so they had to cut it. Problem with cutting it. Hoses, when they're made for radiators, there's little burrs on the inside that when it goes over it kind of locks to fit. By cutting off the end, there's no lock on one end, so you need extra clamps to hold it in place. We just put the regular ones back on. We got about an hour down the road. Got to the Loves where he was at. Not an hour down, like 20 minutes down the road to the Loves where he was at. We had the thing, he filled it full of coolant after he filled it, and we had 5 jugs of water, and all the jugs he had in the truck, he had every single one of them full of water. So we wanted water in all of them, just in case. Glad he did. We got down the road from that and drove another half an hour. 45 minutes. Again, what happened? I told you, in fact, those little burrs there hold the hose in place. Well, it just went pop right off. There's no burrs holding it. The clamp just vibrated loose, and the hose just disconnected and everywhere. So we had to figure out a way to get it back on again, and he came on the time, and the tow truck driver comes up on the top, standing on the top of his engine, squatted really, and is putting it back together with clamps and reversing it over and everything else, and putting water in to put it back where the reservoir was. And we get driving. We drive another hour, so, another 40 minutes or so. Not 40 minutes more, half an hour more. Probably more than that. We had about an hour and a half left. So we're about 4 hours total at this point, or 3.5 hours total at this point. And it's already at 7 o'clock at night. And guess what happens? Hose comes off part again. Stuff everywhere. So we use the rest of the coolant to fill up. We're at the bottom of the I-65 going on to the 840 to head where we need to go to head up that way to bypass a lot of the traffic. We stopped there. He filled it up. Now it's like about actually this way for you, about a 4 or 5%, a lot of 5% slope. So you're climbing uphill. We're at the bottom of the ramp. Just put the clamps on. By the time we got to the top, it burst again. Now everybody else would say, "Why the hell weren't you mad?" I looked at it as comedy. I'm looking. Is there a camera somewhere? Am I getting punked? Is Ashton Kutcher going to come out? Wrong name. Anyway, am I getting pranked or something right now? That's what I was thinking the whole time. And so it comes out, and he has to get a guy to come out there, and it was like 10 o'clock, and they finally got a guy to come out there, and it's 1:30 in the morning before the guy shows up. 2:30, we're out of there. Brand new hoses, brand new clamps, cinched up, tightened up. It's not going anywhere. All right, I'll follow behind you. If it ain't going to burst, it'll be burst on this hill, because once you pass these 2 hills, it's flat the rest of the way. If you make it past this, you got your home free going in. And he stayed behind us the whole way till we got to that point, and then he blew by us, and I got another job to go to. See you later. And we drove all the way in. A tow that should have been in the yard at about 3 to 3:30 in the afternoon, we pulled into the yard at 4:30 in the morning on Saturday. Had to unhook. He's trying to, and I give Kim credit for being one hell of a driver. He had to, because you're hooked up, your tow truck hooked up to a tractor with a trailer, so it's basically like a centipede that's wanting to go like this the whole time. And he turned it to the way where he could get it to work, where he parked the trailer in a parking space with the tractor hooked to it, and he's driving the tow truck. He pulled all that off, got it in, parked it in a space. I was beyond impressed. I'm like, damn, Kim, you're one hell of a driver. Got in. We parked the truck up the hill, and as he's going up the hill with it, it wasn't his fault. Just the damn thing hit a little dip, and the truck dipped. There's a pothole there. I don't know, like a soft spot in the sand, because I didn't even know it was there. It looked flat. We put it in the gravel lot, and it dropped a little bit and cracked the radiator hose that was underneath the bumper. I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect. So I go in there and think, so we're going to try to find, get the truck dropped. You're going to be going into this other truck. All right, fine. We got to find it. So he gets up, everything else, check him out. I sign everything, shake hands with him. Hope you have a good one. He's got to still drive home. He called up his wife. She's worried, like, no, hubby's here. He made it. I wanted to say that, but I didn't get to. Like, no, husband's here. And he's just told her, says, like, find our guy. I want double of every hose for this truck. We're going to get this truck towed in. I want every single hose in this thing replaced, and I want spares for every clamp and everything else in this damn thing. I'm not going through this again. Because he damn near lost money on the tow. He spent almost, you think he billed with $2,500? $2,800? And counting, part of it was $1,800 in costs so far, and he still had, and that's not counting fuel. He might have broke even on the tow. So that's how bad it went. So that's kind of where I left off at it, and I went to go find the truck. All right, I'm going to go find this truck. And the night dispatch is there. Where's the truck at? Oh, it's supposed to be up right here on the side. It's not on the side. It's nowhere along the building. It's nowhere. So I go check the driver lot on the far side. There it is, parked. I get in, get behind the wheel, get ready, fire up, and what happened? Bing, bing. Engine derate. When there's a critical engine error, the computer puts up a thing and it gives you a time of about 120 minutes where you have to park the vehicle because it will shut down. You'll drive maybe 5 to 15 miles an hour. That's all you're going to get. I turned the truck on, I got a derate. Really? So, no other trucks are available, I got told. So I had to pull all my stuff out of that truck, drove the derated truck over to the other one, spent 2.5 hours pulling everything out of that truck into this one, into that truck. And then had it go checked into the shop to see what was going wrong with it. Well, guess what? Broken sensor, damaged sensor, and a couple other parts that need to be taken. It's out of service. It can't go anywhere. It will derate to shut down, and there's nothing they can do to fix it. It's got to go. It's got to. Your old truck's going to Peterbilt. This one's going to Peterbilt. Head of the shop gets called. He wasn't supposed to be in that truck in the damn first place. Told you to send him up, which is the truck I'm in now. He told me, "I'm sorry, it wasn't cleaned yet. The other one was clean, but it ain't ready. You're gonna have to take this one for the next few weeks. We're gonna until you get your other one fixed." And I go in here and I take pictures, and it's not cleaned. Well, it's cleaned, as in the floor is clean. Problem is, every surface on this truck, the seat belts, the fabric, the dashboard, the seats, smells like cigarette smoke and dog hair. I can put up a cigarette smoke, but when this thing smells like someone's chiefing 5 packs a day, and it's just right here. And I went through 2 bottles of Febreze and it didn't make a dent. Cleaned all the surfaces, didn't do nothing. I'm gonna have to do a wash of the curtain and deep clean everything in here, which is what they're supposed to do, but I gotta do it so I can breathe in this damn thing. So this trucker, they said, okay, you're gonna go back to the other one. Well, your other one's got some problems, and then maybe a month before it gets ready. And like everybody's wondering, I'm like, I start just keep laughing. Like, why are you laughing? It says it's either I'm getting pranked or all of my bad karma for the entire year is coming out in one shot. And I'm like, you know what? Why not? Why not? Why not? Give me all of it right now. Why not? And that's what it's been. And then the good news hit. Lady from the office called me up and explained what was going on, and I had to spend an hour in my sleeper berth just explaining to her, because I had to shut down early, what was going on and what all of it was, and she's documenting everything, and this matches up to everything else, and she says, look, you've been through the ringer, so instead of you, because the truck you're in, we swap out at 450,000 miles. That truck's got 350. You'd have 100,000 miles left, which is basically over a year where you swapped out. But you've been through it. So I made the decision, and the president approved. I have 4 new trucks here. As soon as the plates come in, you're getting a brand new truck, and we're moving on. You get your truck early, your new truck early, because no, we're not going to do that. No. Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. So there is some good news. Do I have my new truck yet? No. I'm still in week 1. It could be 2 to 3 more weeks before I even get the damn thing. Because right now, like over here, you can't see it. My CB, my air hose, my extension grips for the glad hands for the trailers, all my extra stuff that was hardwired to the truck itself is all sitting on the seat. Because I'm not going to have, because the company has to install them. I'm not going to have the company install it on this truck and then 2 weeks later take them back off to put them back on again. I can deal with what I got on here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I can deal with it. Because getting the guys in the shop mad at you, not a good look. It never works out. But doing them a favor, say don't bother putting it on, just put it in the seat and we'll deal with it when I get the new one. They were like, all right. Let me know when the new one is, I'll get it prepped. Okay, as soon as I find out, you'll know. Actually, you'll probably tell me. You'll probably be the one of them telling me, but you'll know before I will. But that's the truck story. Oh God, I laugh at it because it's one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. I didn't get frustrated because I was just like, and for some reason I wasn't mad the entire time there, except for the last one. We're waiting on the tow truck guy, and I'm going, and I just went behind the truck, and I just said, I don't know who I was yelling to, and I went, okay, enough for today. Enough. You've had enough fun. Enough. Didn't have a problem the rest of the day. But I guess because I said enough, I guess the other truck got screwed up. I know it didn't, but it seems that you know what I'm talking about. It just seems that way. So yeah, that's how it goes. So the next one coming in after this one will be a new one. So yeah, basically if you're looking on camera, every single surface that you see, lights. A lot of the stuff when I wiped down the surfaces came back yellow. Not dirt, yellow, yellowish brown from cigarette smoke. The fabric dripped it right in the area, right in front of the seat, right above my head. Had chiefering chain smoker in this thing. Which companies trying to actually, limit those people, but most of them are grandfathered in because they mainly the fact they don't like preparing the damage to this thing, but you can't stop them. So I don't mind. If y'all would have let me know this ahead of time, we're on the way in, and the guy wanted to stop, we would have stopped at the Walmart. I'm going to grab out 5 bottles of Febreze on the way in here and some more cleaning supplies. I'll be ready to go to attack this thing. But that wasn't the truck I was getting. Nothing was wrong with that truck. That truck was pristine. Dashboard, it was detailed. Clean. Everything perfect. But no such luck with this one. So again, there's the truck story. So thanks everybody for watching the comedy for this 1,000 subscriber special. Like, comment, share. Haven't done already, check out some of the videos I've done. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. The road to 2K begins now. Crazy. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Everybody's having a great day. Hopefully, truck-wise, it goes up from here. So thanks everybody for watching. It was a great day. I got to get back out here because I'm kind of running tandem with this guy. A little bit of conduit stuff we got to do. So thanks everybody for watching. Be safe and please be good to each other.